Okay, welcome back. We're moving right along, aren't we? Okay, the more I do this, the more relaxed I get. I think the better it'll be. So, check it out. Let's go to uh, the first, second, and third. We've done the first, which is the uh, personal or the object pronoun. Object pronoun. I'm sorry, the subject pronoun. Then we go to the second position, which is the possessive pronoun. Third position being determiners, and now we're on to the fourth position. The fourth thing to consider when of the 22 things you need to consider, the fourth one is the articles. Here, you click on here, it'll tell you articles, right? So let's look at articles. Let's go ahead and go there. So here we go. Articles. Not the first, second, or third, but the fourth position articles. The articles are, let's scoot in there. A or an, the, S or the S. You can see A or N is singular, the or the is singular, and S, which comes at the end of a noun, is plural, and the is the same as the, but with an S at the end. So the in front of the noun, S at the end of the noun, being plural. So let's go ahead and look at that, shall we? Before we move on, also, you see, when you're using the article, you cannot use any other one of the other parts of speech here, pieces of grammar, except for the adjective and the order of adjectives, followed by the person, the place, the thing, or the idea. So you could consider this one, two, which it has 8 choices. And then, we go back. Sorry. I jumped, didn't I? There are many things here. Here we go. Back again. My apologies. And then followed by the person, the place, thing, or idea. So singular or plural. But this is going to tell you if it's singular or plural, isn't it? Because if it's plural, it has an S at the end. If it's a group that's plural, it's going to have an S at the end with the in the front. If it's singular, it'll have A or N. And if it's singular, it may have the in the front. So 1, 2, 3, and then one of these for the fourth position. So 4 spots. Let's go ahead and read this. It says, articles. Of all the ways you can modify a noun, a person, place, thing, or idea, the article is used about 60% of the time. Well, this is very interesting. About 60% of all things said will use one of these 4, the A and the S or the S. So we must count our nouns, and this is our go-to favorite place, thing to use. Okay. So it's like a place to hold, drag, extend, or even rest a sound to connect it to the following words, giving us a chance to think and reflect and thus keep everything in balance and harmony. I like to think about a lot of things right now, but let's move forward and go to study this a little bit further. Let's get a little more clarity on this. Let's go to the next page. So here we go. Let's zoom in on this. Okay, here on each of these 4 corners, there is a note, a voice note you can listen to. But before we do that, let's go ahead and look at these 4 positions. So, okay, so A or an, each of these goes to the corresponding color. So for A or an, we're talking about something specifically. Normally, this is not used in making general statements. Why would only this one apple be delicious? That's very strange. Let's go to the. The, also singular, is to point out or remind someone of something already said before. Something that we both know, someone or something that everyone already knows. When there is only one of a thing, or to give it more power and strength, like the king or the sun, yeah? Or the day you were born. It can be used with, this can be used with uncountable nouns. The can be used with uncountable nouns. The air, the love. Okay. A may not, because you can't count them, correct? Talking about something, so now let's go to plurality with the S at the end of the noun. So when we're talking about something generally, for general purposes, this is the most common one used in everyday speaking. For if one apple's nutritious, aren't they all? If one is delicious, aren't they all? If you say apples are delicious, you mean in general, you like apples. You think they taste good. Right? But it doesn't mean every single apple you eat is going to taste good, does it? So this is the same for the S, is the same as the, but used for groups of things. So the apples at the store are good. Maybe not every apple is good, but the apples at the store, generally speaking, pretty much 95% of the time, 98, 99% of the time, mostly generally, maybe it's 60%, maybe it's 70%, I don't know, but generally speaking, they are, right? The apples. Never use the with someone or something with a name. Yeah, you don't say the John Smith. You say just John Smith. Okay. So let's go over here and look at this a little more. I have this written in here for Korean students. Examples for something, a dog, a cat, a pen, a house, a ball. Oh, also something. But if the something has an A, an E, an I, an O, or a U in front of it, you need an N there. So I have a little trick I do. This is a great trick. I say and then I just hold the Norge. I put the N, I move the N in front of the vowel and say it together with the noun that is to come, because I'm thinking it hasn't come to my head yet. As soon as I say, as soon as the noun comes to my head, I go, oh, orange. It's orange, so it's an O in the front, so I should say and instead of So I'm gonna, since the sound keeps flowing out of my mouth, an orange, an orange, an orange. It all fits together perfectly. Isn't that nice? So let's go ahead and look at this bottom one, the. So this were examples for the. Okay. The dog, the cat, the pen, the house, the ball. The dog we both know about. The dog we can both see. The dog in the story. The dog in the homework we were given. This example. Let's go to a plural for S. Examples here would be dogs, cats, pens, houses, balls. You know, just in general, normally, not just one dog. All dogs, basically all dogs. Dogs. Any single dog. In general, dogs, cats, not just one single cat. That would be a cat. A cat we both talked about would be the cat. Yeah? But this is just cats. Any cat, basically. Pens, any pen. Houses, almost any. Let's not say any, but almost any house, right? Balls, almost any ball. So balls are round. I've never seen a ball that wasn't round, but I could be wrong. So let's go to the last one, the S. So the dogs, the cats, the pens, the houses, the balls. Okay, the dogs we talked about. The dogs in the story. The cats that live next door. The cats in front of us. The cats on the sign in front of us. So these are articles. This is the simplicity of it. This is how it works. And simple is as simple does. Keep it simple and it'll be simple. Thank you.